in darkness, I shall be light.
Welcome back, my Dawn of War little junkies! Okay, unfortunately I don't have access to the other 6 qualifying games in the initial rounds. So what I will do is just explain briefly who's gone through. FuFuHunt3r faced LS Choco, winning by 2-0, and is then going to go through to face Trojan. My buddy Shet faced a player called Banner and also went through without any losses, and in the bottom bracket Falcon goes against Simonke, which I really wanted to see this match because Simonke was the bronze runner-up in the first tournament, coming in 3rd place, and I would have liked to have seen how Falcon Man beat him so convincingly 2-0. I'm really excited to commentate on these games because there were some real wars and some really clever gameplays to speak about. But anyway, enough with all that. The good news is you guys get to skip ahead and watch 2 heavyweights from each of the groups go face to face, man to man, woman to man, Z to Zai, they to thee, A to B, elbow to knee. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let's just get this going on. Round 1, Fufu against Trojan, man. Go! So here we go, boys. Exciting stuff. Looking at Trojan's doctrines, you see he's going for a sniper assault marine build. And Fufu's going quite heavy into the boys and the shooters. So it's going to be a very infantry-focused game. I'm expecting early upgrades for both squads. Looking at the TOURNEY build, we have a Devastator Presence. Gabriel, we have the Heal Pods. And Iron Maw, Deathwatch Presence, Death from Above. Pretty typical doctrines for those heroes. And the build's going straight away for a attacky squad. Switching over now to Fufu, we can see he's got the heal from the wall towers on Gorguts, and we've got Beauty with the absorb shots from the wag towers. Again, pretty typical doctrines for Orc player. So capping the early point. Wow, we do see a super early pile of guns going down. That's at the 23-second mark. That's the earliest I've seen one go down in the tournament so far. 23-second pile of guns. So clearly he's probably going to go for some really, really early infantry upgrades to try and deal with this Space Marine assault. We do see the racks going down for the Space Marines in order to get his assault marines on the field. Both players looking for the top half of the map. Again, pretty typical. We have 1 wreck gen going down at the minute on the triple for the Space Marine. We're going to have a little bit of an engagement soon. Servitor's top, going to be fighting it out there so you can take the tap point. This should be a battle. I'm expecting big things from both these players. It's going to be really exciting stuff. The builders are going to war. The first Sluggers and the first Space Marine squad are on path to meet each other very shortly. Looking around the map, we can just see players just trying to spot each other at the moment. We do see Trojan's worker going to be down here by the boys squad. The secondary boys squad is going to focus the Space Marine. He is building up his taunt stacks at the minute in the mid, trying to improve some move speed. FuFuHunt3r capping the bottom point with the triple boys. Pile of guns down, still no upgrades at the minute, but it won't be long. As soon as he's got that power, I expect to see some upgrades going down. Boys getting some taunts up, trying to get some damage done to them Space Marines, trying to deal with the ranged assault that they provide. We do have an assault marine squad on the field now, moving across the midpoint. Pretty typical. I would imagine he's going to try and harass that triple. Boys again just taunting, trying to get that AoE down. Assault Marines have leapt in, and they are assaulting the points. He is going to lose double wreck here. No, a wreck and a power point. My bad. Both going down. The boys are harassing the Space Marines in the middle of the map, so it's quite an interesting dual battles going on at the minute. Things popping off on either side of the map. Wow, we do have an early LP going on the top point, so perhaps he's looking to build some points there. There is a sniper squad on the field, pushing back those boys that are trying to harass that immediate generator. A secondary sniper squad are on the field, so we're 2 snipers, 1 tacky, 1 ASM versus three boy squads at the minute. And the boy squads are going to have to back here. They can't man fight this at all. The Assault Marines are being lazy, sitting around, scratching their asses when they should be doing something more productive. They are moving now. He's going to engage on the boys. The Assault Marines are going to town. He is being reinforced with his snipers and with his tacky. The boys are giving the Assault Marines hassle at the minute, but they're going to back out as soon as they feel the burn of that sniper harass. The banner's down, knocking back the troops in the fire of the tackies. Really, really nice just to get that boy squad down. One squad down, two are going to go down from the looks of this. I doubt he's going to make that second squad out. Two down. He has rebuilt one of the wreck points on the triple, so he's trying to get some resources going again at the minute. Really nice versatility here from the Space Marine build. We're going with the snipers, tackies, and the ASMs. So you've got a front, mid, and long range lineup for his units here, giving him excellent versatility in the fight. Drop pod coming down. It's probably going to be an Iron Maw on the field. Grenade down. Just holds them in the field for long enough for them Assault Marines to finish that third boy squad off. 3 boy squads down. Really, really nice initial engagement for Trojan here. Looking very strong. I think he has scouted that top base. He does know there's an LP on there. So he's possibly going to go and push this now, knowing that the Orc has lost all of his infantry. Storm Boys are coming onto the field here to try and give those ASM a bit of hassle. Double boy squad to back him up. At this point, Trojan is going to reinforce down towards the mid, not letting him take them building. He does have a scout squad on the field as well, so he's got the stun grenade if needs be. I'd be using it now if I was him on those Storm Boys. Really good time to use it. Excellent there. The sniper get the increased fire on the boy squad, really burning them down while they were in the invisibility. Storm Boys trying to engage on these snipers to interrupt their fire from the rear. A little bit of micro from both teams, moving their squads around. Snipers being positioned in a better place. The scouts and the ASMs focusing their boy squad, while these Storm Boys can do nothing here, facing double snipers. Still got the Iron Maw team nearly full health. Half health ASMs with scouts. No chance of him winning this fight. Another drop pod going down. It's going to be a Space Marine squad, I'd imagine. No, double scouts. So we've got double scouts on the field. Great versatility. He's got the 2 stuns. The mid-range support from the Iron Maw and the Space Marines with the scouts sitting on back. This gen is going to take some heat right now. The pressure that the Orc must be feeling right now. Fufu's going to be feeling this. I'd imagine that's going to go to at least half health before anything is done to quell this attack. He is trying to reinforce his boys to try and get them off the shield. We're reaching the halfway health of the shield. Really, really punishing him here. Not letting off any pressure. He wants this gen. 3/4 of the health is almost down. The boys reinforce. First stun goes down. Getting flamed out. Taking its second stun. Really, really nice timing on that secondary stun. The Space Marine is backing off slightly, but he doesn't need to push away from that. It's a triple boy squad. They're definitely going to lose against that. Triple boys there trying to do something, trying to peel them back. They really don't need to. The Space Marine doesn't need to back off against this. He can win this. He could do with an ASM squad in here just to help, though, with that infantry melee. He doesn't have many Space Marine squads to deal with the melee damage. We have a single wreck and a single power going up on the triple. We do have an upgrade on the infantry already for the Orc, which is nice to see. His early game plan coming into play. Space Marine is going to move towards this top point now with his 1 ASMs on the front line. Double ASMs, double power on the mid with no LP. Very ballsy. The ASMs are harassing this top point. Ow, if he loses this, he has double points on this at the minute. The LP's down with barely any resistance. He is going to lose the whole lot here. Really, really, really nice play from Trojan. Super aggressive, very harassive, not letting up, not giving him any room to breathe. He does have to triple up on his natural with no LP on it. Again, just my style of play. At this point, I would be LPing up them points. He is at a good advantage. He doesn't want to risk losing them. Storm Boys are on the field, so Storm Boys are great for killing them points if the Orc feels like being more aggressive. It'd be nice to see Fufu move his Storm Boys around, or at least get some Gretchens around just to try and spot what's going on this double power and this triple natural, just to see if there is any harass potential. Big push coming up here, but there is a lot of shooters there at the back line now, and he will be able to hold this inside this shield gen. Drop pod coming in, and we have the Iron Maw team back down again. He's probably switching. Just wanted to get a full heal on his guys so he doesn't have to stop the pressure. Wow, those grenades almost taking the shields completely down on the orcs there. The orcs are going to interrupt this. We do have a unit coming in, probably Storm Boys. Yep, Storm Boys are on the field. Storm Boys focusing the ASMs. I would perhaps try and get them on some of the range. The shooters are burning down the scouts. Great targets for them because they can easily take down scouts. He's got all focus fire on the Iron Maw team here. He knows the Iron Maw's in trouble. He's not going to make it out of this. Banner goes down to give him some breathing space. The Iron Maw is running for his life. The Orc is chasing this down. He does get the Iron Maw team. But wow, very nearly got escaped from that. The Sniper's sitting on the back line there, just laying down the fire. The Trojan is going to have to back up here because he's not going to be able to fight that. Really nice engagement there. But again, I feel from this point, Fufu should be focusing on maybe a little bit of a harass of his own. Maybe do a bit of pressure on the top gen once he's got a few more units, and sneak a Storm Boys onto that triple. He needs to get some Gretchens out to explore. Some Gretchens are moving towards the mid at this point. Not sure where they're going. Space Marine will be reinforcing now at his base. Still on that triple, no LP. No, there's no need for him to do this at the minute. I know he needs to reinforce his units, but I would say he's better off to get some protection going down now. He's in a really strong position to defend from. The Orc shield gen is down 75%, really, really low. Not going to take a lot to finish that off. Maybe he could consider harassing that with some ASMs a bit later on while he's doing a push elsewhere. If I was the Space Marine now, I'd probably try and get a push on that midpoint and maybe sneak some ASMs on that gen. Split pressure. Ooh, maybe looking at the size of that force for Fufu though, he can't engage that head on. A Warg is going down. The Space Marine cannot fight this. He knows the Warg's down. He's doing the right thing. He's backing his troops up, and he is harassing with the ASMs. It would have been nice for him to well, to be fair, if he'd have gone for the triple, there was an LP there, so he couldn't have done anything there. He probably knew an LP was coming after the first harass he'd done. So to go for the gen is a good option. It's going to force the Orc to rotate here. This would be a perfect time for him to push up on that top shield with the rest of his blob, while the Orc's being forced to rotate. The ASMs have manoeuvred away, knowing that the Orcs probably are en route. Really, really good control of units here. Not losing any units for no real reason. The Orc's going to make a move on this point. I hope to see him move towards that double power because it's completely undefended. Or the triple natural will be good for this Orc right now. The Snipers do have their circle fire laid down on the ground in front of their doubles in case the Orcs pushes up on those double points. If you look at the field of view at the minute, you can see that the Trojan knows where the Orc blob force is. He's seen them moving down towards the mid because he does control the mid elite point. And he's moving his troops down towards the middle of his base so he can defend more thoroughly. A fake war goes down to scare them scouts off. Really nice duke there. Oh, and the Orc is pushing on the shield gen here. Drop pod's coming in. Iron Maw team on the field. Nade's down. Hurry up with them flamers. You're taking too long to get them on. Nade is good. Stun grenade on the scouts. Another drop pod. Oh, and it's a Death Storm. Wow, that was really fast Death Storm. Really, really nice. Possibly could have placed it a bit better. I would have put it just in front of the gen, just to give him some defense. As you can see, the shooters just had to move to get away from that. Stun grenade goes down. Secondary stun, perhaps a little bit too soon on the secondary. Could have waited a few more seconds. Third stun goes down. Some really, really nice pinning down here. The snipers are just picking from the back. Iron Maw team melting away at these troops while all of the infantry are stunned. Stun grenades are invaluable against an Orc player. See, this would have been nice against the games we just witnessed against Sir Epet. If he'd have had a few more scouts, maybe a few snipers on the field, would have given Sir Epet a lot more versatility to deal with in terms of the army he was faced with. Gorguts is on the field though. And we see a little head-to-head here between the two giants of the field. Come on, none of them want to fight. I like to see these two guys just smash each other's faces in, you know. Blood and guts. Space Marine is going up for a push here. Not sure what he can do, really. I really wouldn't. So the Death Storm did save his gen there. He could have possibly defended it without that and kept it for the offensive push. But And the only thing is here is that Fufu should know that he has no more Death Storms. Because he used a Death Storm in the previous fight, he now knows that there are no Death Storms, so he can go in for a push now, which is a strategic advantage. You really should save all of your drop points, in my opinion, when you're in phase 2 for dealing with this onslaught of Orc players. With that blob in the shield, he possibly could still defend it, but it would make it a lot easier with the presence, or the threat at least, of a Death Storm on the field. We do see that the Trojan is scouting on the top quite nicely. He has a unit in the shroud, just underneath the second power point. At the minute, it's a little bit of a face-off. No players are really committing too much. It looks like Trojan's going to move up here. He has four scout squads. That is an incredible amount of stun grenades. With the double, I think, snipers at the rear. With Gabe on the front line, absorbing shots. Nice positioning of the units here. It's very interesting for people to make note of this. He's not clumping up. He's not giving Gorguts the opportunity to spin and interact with all of his units. The shield banner does go down. Spin is up. I'm not sure why it went down so early, but I suppose to stop being stunned or interrupted by scouts. Wow, Gabe in there just interrupting all his units, jumping, slamming, knocking everything back. Gabe should really get on the shooters at this point. Gorguts is heading into the middle of this group, trying to focus what he feels is the biggest threat, which is the Dev Squad, which is probably a good move here. I would have possibly gone for the Iron Maw. Either one of them would have been a good target for him to focus. He is going to be able to absorb a lot of hits here, but Trojan has not lost any units here. The positioning of his units was solid for that engagement. And if you look at the top of the map, there is a unit at the gen point here. I'm not sure what unit he has up there. But we don't need to worry about that at the minute, because all the action is on this side of the field. All of his units are going in on this gen. Good stun there from the truck, launching one of the units in. Peeling him back a bit. He is looking a little bit thin on the floor. Trojan, I would say, here for a push on this gen. Double shooters inside the bubble. Lovely grenade, lovely stick bomb grenade on the Iron Maw. Pressure still going down on the shield. He hasn't got enough range DPS, Fufu, to actually push back Trojan here. Storm Boys are leaping into the field. Flamers are on them, going to cause all sorts of havoc. Really nice grenade on the field. Gabe smashing it. That's it. They're down. They're officially down. And stun grenade on the shooters. Are we going to get stun CC cycle here? Just one CC down so far. The shooters and the scouts are just going head to head here, but with the snipers on the rear, he's going to lose this. Gabe is down, but so are the Storm Boys. That shield is still getting heat. Those snipers have been focused on that pretty much the entire fight. Gen does go down. Really, really nice. Really, really nice play. So, I think this is the time to fall back and reinforce. It would have been interesting to see whether Trojan should have put down a forward racks there just to reinforce his units. I think he could have possibly got away with it and maybe pushed his game even harder. I mean, he didn't have Gabe. Gorguts was on the field, but he could have got some more devs down and just really pressured Fufu into losing perhaps his turret as well. Snipers look like they're maneuvering forward here just to try and keep an eye on what's going on the mid. If you see, at the minute, Fufu's not got any visibility on the map. He's got no Gretchens hidden away, but Trojan has got a worker on the midpoint, the mid shroud on the left side, and on the shroud on the Orc side of the map, giving him really, really strong visibility, knowing exactly what movement the Orc is likely to do. See, again, having your servitors, any sort of worker in really strategic positions to try and give you visibility is crucial. Especially if you're playing tournament games, and especially if you're going against Orgs. Orgs? If you're going against Orcs with WAG, because you need to know when and where that push is coming, because it doesn't take them long to melt down your shields. Visibility is key against an Orc player. And Eldar. Again, moving more workers around. Look at this. The 5 workers on the map. That is beautiful. That really is nice to see. He's got the shield on the bottom point. He knows he's pushing mid really early. Is he going to defend this? He does have an elite point generator on there, which there's nothing he can do about. That's going to go down. But he's had it up there for quite some time now, so it's probably made its value. We do see knobs on the field. A real pain for the Space Marines to deal with our knob squads. At the minute, we're looking at a little bit of a stalemate. Both players looking to just sort of reinforce. We do have a scout squad moving up here as well. Again, more visibility. He really does value knowing exactly what he's going against. He can see here that he's got a lot of shooters to deal with and only one boy squad. Very, very nice play by Trojan in terms of his visibility on the map. Both players are still very much in it. Only one gen is down. That doesn't mean it's game over. Trojan is taking the midpoint back here. Sniper's moving down the south of the map to reinforce with that sniper, with that scout squad. We do have a war going down on the top of the map. Scouts and devs and snipers all moving up towards the southern war tower. They are poking at it, doing some real nice damage towards it. See, the warg's gone down on the top point, but because of that servitor being in that shroud, he knows what exactly is coming up there, and he knows it's just one. He knows it's just the Storm Boys. Nothing to worry about, nothing to report home about, nothing to maneuver your troops about. Just stay on this war tower, get it down. 80 power, down the drain. Really nice grenade. Wow, the damage on that Iron Maw team. Whoa, good night. Wow, we do have a Dreadnought dropped down now. Really, really nice. And Gorguts with Gabe back on the field. And a Death Storm goes down. You see the difference in this game compared to how XGCC was playing against the Space Marine, against the Orc player. He had no Death Storms and no Dreadnoughts. Again, if you have such a good eco lead and a power lead, I think Dreadnoughts are really good units to go against Orcs. The knockback is great for shooters. They're very hard to burn down, very high hit point pools. We do have a Whirlwind down as well. So this is very, very good for them on the mech field. Plus the versatility of the units. Like I said, he has devs, snipers, scouts, ASMs. It's just a really, really good mixed composition of his units on the field, giving him the option to handle a variety of situations and a variety of unit compositions from the Orc. He is harassing on the top as well with the ASM. It's just really, really good to watch. Handling his units very well. Understanding the value of visibility. Keeping his lineup mixed. Really, really strong. The Storm Boys are harassing the opposite gen for Fufu though. And if he doesn't do anything to stop this, he might be in trouble. Oh my god, the Terminators are on the field. The Storm Boys are not interested. Goodbye, guys. We don't want to fight your big, horrible, scary guns. But the Terminators are like, where do you think you're going? And the Scouts gun is down. They are going nowhere. Again, great movement there. Trying to catch those Storm Boys out. Not giving him an inch here. He's got him pinned down from every angle, literally. Has all 3 points across the middle of the map. Harassing that LP, getting it down. The double power will go down. Terminators, really, really strong. Such a good unit to deal with Orcs as well. They're really, really effective when it comes to destroying key structures such as turrets. Once you build up their like AoE blast cannon ability and then cast it on a structure with 10 stacks, it will pretty much nuke it down completely. It's phenomenally strong. And any infantry unit that you get it on, if you get it on a knob squad, clean, they're going to go down. But yeah, he's got nothing to deal with that Terminator squad. 8 stacks down now. Are we going to see it cast soon? I would potentially go on that Tank Buster squad. Ah, that building is bye-bye. And the infantry is thinking, what are we going to do here? What is it? What? I don't actually know what he can do. Such a strong infantry presence here. And the positioning of that whirlwind is really nice. He's left it on the low ground, just below his main blob, which means that most of the melee infantry that he's going to be faced against are going to have no way of getting to him. If they try to engage on his infantry here, he can just drop straight on top of it. He's nicely tucked away. Again, it feels like you're watching a snake devour a mouse. The fangs are out, the mouse is almost submissive, pinned into a little corner with everything around him, no way of getting out here. Just, it's going to be interesting to see if he's got any way. But he is amassing a secret army of death copters, which, if he can get enough of them, there are no las cannons there from what I can see. They will make very, very, very light work for any infantry. Wow, that is a lot of death copters. I see 6. He's not brought all of them. He should have brought all of them here. 6 death copters down. And he needs to spread their abilities out here and not pass them all in the same direction. Wow, a lot of infantry damage here. The death copters have taken a little bit of damage, but nothing too major. He should go to the triple. Look, the triple is entirely undefended. Just take the copters to harass the eco. He can hold out with Gorguts long enough, I think, just with the copters doing that. The death copters moving in, just harassing some of this infantry. Trying to burn them down. Taking out those dev squads. Focusing a sniper squad. They've done really, really good so far. Really nice use of the copters. Really nice micro to get them in and out of danger. Keeping them away from them ASMs, because I'd say out of all them squads, the ASM and Gabe are probably the only things that can really touch him. They are focusing back in. Oh, and of course the Iron Maw, who I didn't realise had rocket launcher upgrade. Ow! And he's lost 2 death copters there. 3 might be going down here. 3 is down. Oh my god, that is punishing. He cannot engage on that blob with the rockets on the Iron Maw. It is just suicide. Unless he can time all of his abilities on the copters to melt through all of the squads at once, it's not worth trying to engage on that. The only way he can do this, in my opinion, would be for him to bring his other infantry out at the same time as engaging with the copters. If he gets Gorguts on the Iron Maw squad, then those death copters would have free reign on the infantry, and that would have worked. There is a Dreadnought in the base here, tanking all the shots up. He's got nothing to kill that Dreadnought with. The orbital bombardment is going down on the Space Marine as well, just to reinforce it. He should put a squad on top of that just to stop it getting capped. There are Storm Boys on the field, so it seems a bit silly that he's not putting a squad on top of that. And the Storm Boys are going to just walk over to it and interrupt it. It's not going to make too much difference because the forces are just completely outnumbered here. But again, just a small micro bad decision there. If you're ever going to drop that in any game, it takes 1 second just to put a squad on top of it and get them to hold fire. The push moving up here. Gabe on the front line, very low health. 2 Dreadnoughts on the field. Going to wreck the vehicles of Fufu, unfortunately. Nothing he can do here. His artillery tank didn't last very long at all. We got no value out of that whatsoever. Pile of guns will be down soon. Walk tower's going to be down soon. This push is doing its job. Look at that. No LP on it the entire game. I really do hope that Fufu looks back on the replay and realises he should have just tried to put a bit of pressure on that and not give him so much space. The core is now being focused. For me, it looks like this is over. Oh, wow. And the 10 stack again on the Assault Marines. That core is... well, there you go. That's what they can do. Terminators are brutal. Never underestimate them. But again, really, really good game. Lovely to see the versatility that Trojan brought against the Orc player. That was really nice. The combination of all the different lanes of assault worked really well as opposed to just blobbing Space Marine tacky squads. GG boys, well played.